This field.
Oh, shit, dude.
Why did the Scarecrow win his award? Because he was outstanding in his field. Why was the Scarecrow outstanding in his field? No, it's... Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Why? His field. Matthew, go! Why did the Scarecrow win his award? Because he was outstanding in his field.
Wait, I got a friend request. Who added me? The top laner added me.
Okay. Let's start it off with a little bit of warm-up. How about we, everybody? Oh, my gosh. Hello. Let's put our phone away a little bit. Oh, my gosh. Hello. How is everybody doing? It is Climbing Till Worlds Part 6. Let's have a good day today. Starting it off, let's get some math done. We've attempted this problem several times now. The attempts that we've made were around, I would do 1,000 to 2,000 by combining these two guys. Then, what did I do? I would divide that by 5 to get 400. I'd keep both the 50s here in order to cross them each out. And then we'd be left with all of these pieces on the left. What do we do with these pieces, Nathan? That's a great question. I honestly don't know the answer yet. We've been attempting this problem for quite some time now. And let's try our best. So, if we can't solve this within a reasonable time frame, we could start from the beginning too to kind of review a lot of these pieces. But these are... Oh, shit. I gotta do push-ups. My bad. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, that's very interesting. I didn't know you could combine these. That's very interesting. I gotta do push-ups because I failed it twice. And as I do push-ups, I'm gonna clean a little bit. My house is a little bit messy. So, pardon me, doing some chores. Doing some chores. I'm reorganizing my whole house right now. And so it can be quite a doozy. I'm trying to move my desk for the nth time. Get my streaming space set up, you know, everything, all the sorts. So let's try this once again. Let's just do, for this moment, all green. All red. All left. All right. 975. Alright, push-up done. 1, 2, 3 lives. Alright. So I combine all the greens. Let's do straight down this time. And then plus N straight up. And then left. Plus 1,300. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Well, let's just go left. Oops. Negative 42.5. Let's do some squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I gotta post the Discord that I'm hopping online, baby. Then we promptly log off. Let's see, desktop. That's me. So cute. All right. We have advertised. Time to close out of Discord. And WhatsApp. And the Twitch thing. Then we reopen the Twitch thing. Then we close out of Teams. Close out of those can all stay. These can stay. Chill. Alrighty, let's go right. Okay. Let's try up. Okay. Then down. And then right again. Okay. Let's try down, up. Up, down. Boom, boom, bam, bam, bam. Wait! Oh! Let's try left, right, left. Oh my, that's pretty close. Alright, let's try again. Right, left, right. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna have to do so many push-ups. But we'll just do them when I end this. Actually, Nene doesn't believe in that. Alright, let's start thinking. Where's my brain? These are multiplicators. We get a big, big number now. Then we get a tiny, tiny number. And then we get the greens with the reds. And we... Bam! Shit. Big number. Okay. Let's see. If we go to 1,000 and we add 50 to it, then we multiply that shit, and then times it, and then times it, and then times it, and times it. That's pretty big. And then we give them some more green at the end of all that. And Now, bam, 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 bam. Positive 300. Okay, positive 300. So instead, we will keep this negative 300 as our equalizer. Okay? Equalizer. So, all the greens are going to somehow get up to that, and we just need to keep it on par. So, if we're going to keep it on par, let's first start off with 1,000 getting minus 50 and negative 300 getting minus 50. Okay, now let's continue to keep it on par. I think all of these will amount to like something around that. Now, we are gonna times this by 8. We'll divide this by 10. Divide this by 5. And we fail. Alright, negative 570. Oh. Okay, let's try. Negative 300 gets amped. 1,000 will get amped. And then we keep everything the same for this moment. For this dear small moment. See that? That's only plus 200. Plus 200 is 250 if we combine all greens up top. Now these are 180. Okay. 250, 180. We're getting close. Now, 250 minus 50% would be 125. So it could be 125, 180. Let's try this out. 125 versus 180. Okay. Now, we could bring this to 90. But first, we gotta look at our other options. What is 20% of this? Get it to exactly 200. Oh, I fucked up my math. Damn. 216 is gonna be really unruly to deal with. 34. Ooh, you minus. Did I have it? It was close though. 85. Okay, another failure, Nene. Let's try again. How are we approaching it this time? Well, so we noticed that and maybe this, that brings these two close. And isn't that all that matters, is bringing your two main focal points closer together each and every time? That's not a bad ideology, Nene. So what if I increase this by 50%? That'd be 75. What is 25% of 75? Well, 25% of 100 is 100. Or is 25. So therefore, 25% of 75 is divided by 3/4 of your 25. So divide your 25 by 4, Nene. Okay, so that's like a decimal. I don't really like that number. Good. Now 20% is 15. So that means if we did 75, then we'd add 15. And that's 80 right there. Nope, that's 90, Nene. Dang it, dude. Oh. I spilled all this tea on myself. I'll be right back. All right, we got this. We're bringing the 2 closer. So, if we multiply by 8, we'd screw ourselves here. Divide by 10, we'd screw ourselves. Divide by 5, we'd screw ourselves. So in all honesty, I'm going to just boop. Super close together now. But don't combine the 2. There are main focal points right now still. So, what if we subtract by 50%? That'd be negative 300. What if we add 50%? It'd be negative 900. So the differential is 450. We're going to pretend there's just a box right in the middle. What is their differential? 450. As soon as they're 0, combine them. Okay. Negative 450. How would we change that number? Right now, differential, negative 50 if we do nothing. So we need somehow to have all the rest of this left over somehow equal negative 50. Can all these parts hosted here equal negative 50? No, is the answer. So therefore, we need to reduce our 600. So I'm going to reduce it. Negative 300 now. We're at a positive juncture. 250 is the swing now. Positive direction. So therefore, we need to either increase this or decrease this. Now, 250. What if we add this? That would equal 150. I'm going to do that just because I don't exactly know the order, and it gets us closer to the idea of a solution. So, plus 100 is the issue now. So it means I need to reduce this or increase this. So I need to do somehow. Boop. Boop. We're at 0. We won, right? No. We still have this 80 left over that we need to somehow get rid of. And we have all these extra pieces. So we need to somehow decrease this or increase this in order to win. But we'll have to do something to both of them ultimately. Now, what are we going to do? Well, I think it best to use something big right now. Get us some inspiration on what could even happen. So I'm going to multiply. And I'm going to divide. It's this big thing. Now, the difference between this, negative 110. Negative 110. Negative 190. Now, 25% and plus 20% are both here. I'm going to use them both. See what happens. We are only 30 off. And we have these 2 pieces left over. So that means we just need to change that formula by 30 then. If there was an answer for every possible integer, and they were all put on a giant list, there would have to be a sorting system where the closer you get is the closer set of possible moves. That does not mean that your moves are correct. It means that you dead end at that point. And your one goal is to reach 0. So, being off by 30 doesn't necessarily mean, oh, we just got to subtract 30 from something. It can mean a variety of things, but it nonetheless does mean we are moving in a general positive direction because we are activating enough of our brain in order to close the aforementioned gap in the first place. So, the order of events last time was to align our 2 largest numbers and create a gap in between them of the question of what it would become. So, for example, this would be positive 700. We leave that mind space in the middle between the 2, and we start affecting both of these to close the gap as accurately as we can. Accurately does not mean it will yield the right answer, but it will yield the right thoughts. Eventually, accurately could be a different set of orderings than you once believed it to be, just because this is a specific problem. It doesn't just require you to put on the greens onto the greens and the reds onto the reds. There's an ordering to everything. So I've been saving these smaller pieces for this strategy. This is a reducer. I don't know why that's not red. That's interesting. And all the increasers over here. Okay. First off, let's close this gap. Last time I think I did 300 to 100%, which closed it pretty fairly. But this time we're going to try something new. We're going to try one of my original solutions, which was negative 2400, and then we're going to close the gap between these two. So now, 2000. Now between them we have negative 400 I need to close the gap, and we've got all these bits and pieces along the sides. Now, I think part of our problem last time was we used our divide by 10 a little bit too late. But I will host an example. We could use it on any of these bits and pieces over here without affecting the main problem, just to affect these pieces. Hello, my dear viewer! How are you doing today? We are warming up with some math problems before we begin our actual warm-up routine, and then we kick so much ass today. So much ass. Okay. So, we gotta get negative 400. Between these two, if I combined them right now, we'd get negative 400, so we need to close that gap by increasing this by 400. Now, what is 20% of 2,000? Well, 20% of 1,000 is 200, and 20% of 2,000 is 2,400, baby! Look at that. Now, we've reached 0. All we need to do is have all of these bits and pieces cross out these bits and pieces, and we are good. We are donezo. Okay, here is one example that I've set up earlier, which is these both all cross each other out. Now, just because these look all like they fit together does not mean we'll combine them right now, because we might need to save that option for later. Although we are working and chugging through this problem using as least amount of pieces as we can, eventually we will reach a point where it does become easier because the pieces will absorb themselves. Now, minus 80, minus 50. So if that reaches 0, that reaches 0, we're fucked, because we can't really get rid of these numbers. If we combined everything we have left over right now, we get 130 divided by 10, so negative 13 divided by 5, that's just a decimal, and we're going to call that a gross number for now, because these are generally, at this difficulty, not going to decimals. Well, 8050, that's 120. 8025, that's like, jeez. Jeez. I don't remember. We're gonna just check. 100. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's awesome how that works. Plus 20. Cool. Got it, brain. Now, 150. What if we did this? 10, 50%. So, what if we surround this problem over here with these guys? So, this would get me 10. This would yield me 10. That's 20 differential. Is there a way we can get the rest of these pieces to reach 20, Nene? We can get to 25. 25. So we're 5 off. If we combine all of these pieces right now, we are 5 off. So we're real close. Now, what if... Ready? Watch this. Negative 100. Negative 10. Negative 15. Negative 10. Oh, we're still going to be off because I combined the piece and I didn't utilize it for these guys. So... we are now 25 off. Closing the gap from 30. We're almost there, Nene. Okay, general idea that we've begun with is these guys up here. These guys down here. 0, 0 there. Now, what if we just continued this idea of keeping them the same while eliminating our forces? Okay, those are now still equal. Is there a way we could keep these still equal continuously? Well, we gotta get rid of this divide by 5. Let's think of it that way. So, divide that number by 5. If I divided that by 5 and it was 1,000, I'd get 200 perfectly. But since it is 1,200, I just have to separately divide 200 by 5, and I get 40. So, we get an answer of 240 if we combine these. Bam, 240. Nice. Now we're just going to make this number big again. Boosh, boosh, boosh. As big as we could make it with what we had. Now, the only option is to do that, this, that, and that. And bam, 200. Just because the number is smaller does not mean we've gotten any closer. All that matters is the fact that we're showing up for a logic set of puzzles with our brain. That's all that matters. So, I like this methodology that I begin with immediately. Although, that does not mean it is correct. It means that it is my modus operandi that I have decided to be most useful at this exact moment. But I could do a various set of things. For now, we still once again will do the same set of moves because I don't think I've expunged enough options out of the other side yet. 0 has been reached. Now, we equalize them again. 0 has been reached. Is there any way we can continue to maintain this 0 with immediacy, just for the point of attempting? Okay. Now, we are still left over with these big effectors. Eight, 10, 18. Not as useful as we really want. 5, 7. Divide that by 5. Oh, jeez. 16. 16 plus 5. 21. Not stoked to see these numbers, so I'm going to make this 100. See what I can do from there. Simplify some of it. Alright, making it 100. If we divide that by 10, we get 10. If we divide that by 5, we get 10. But we somehow have to make these 0. So ultimately, I will have to reduce this number. Because we don't have any way to increase our... Boom. Increased our positive. Divide this by 5 to keep it clean. Divide this by 10. 100 off. Right. Okay. Let's get some push-ups in. Just get that blood pumping. Oh, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Tiny push-up, 7, 8. Oh, get a nice little stretch. All right. Now that we got our brain flowing a little bit. Whew. Oh, man. Let's keep doing this. So, fuck, dude. Continuing the same story. 2400. Zero's been reached. 50. Actually, let's redo it the same way as earlier, where these were separate entities. So we did this. 1,120. 308. Cross out. Now all that's left are these pieces. Obviously, we'll have to increase this to offset these. So somehow, we just need to increase ourselves by a negative 130. Is that possible? I'm going to just say no to begin with. So we'll probably have to reduce one of these. 5, 16, 21, 26. 13.8 off. Holy shit. All right, I'm going to take that as a sign that we're on some sort of track that is some sort of correct. Oh my. Okay. Let's keep thinking on that one. Let's keep thinking. So, these guys, 130. Divide that by 10, 13. Not a good number for us right now. 130 plus 50%. What is that? Not something we probably want to do. We probably want to make these 25. So my solution right now is at some point I'm going to reduce this and increase this. But that doesn't really change anything. So 75. Now, we have a plus 25%. That means that could get us a decimal if we mess up. Which, decimals are fine. There could be an answer with a decimal, but right now the chances of that are low. And we'll work on that later. We'll ask those questions later, once we get even smaller. Now, if we divide that by 10, we get 8, and if we divide that by 5, we get 10. So that means we'd get 18, right? Minus 10, minus 8. Yeah, I think that sounds right. 18. Then we got this plus 25%. I think we got to use this first. So this gets us a clean 100. 10. 10. That's 20. Ready? 25. Holy shit. The end! Oh my god! We did it! Holy shit! Holy shit! Oh my god! Did you guys see that? Holy fuck! We did it! We solved level fucking 55! That was ridiculous, man. Oh god. I gotta upload that shit right now.